I'm no longer dealing with having to use a cane. I no longer have pain patches attached to me. I no longer have to go in and be given intravenous ketamine. I
Mm,
my pain doctor is overjoyed with the results, as am I.
that's epic. Kevin's story is just next level amazing, going from such a low starting point to phenomenal change. It's only been 6 weeks since the course.
I had had chronic pain for 23 years,
Mm,
massive anxiety, stage 4 cancer,
mm.
um, and depression related to all of the above.
Yeah, because that's a depressing cocktail.
Very much so.
And how much had it limited your lifestyle?
Oh, I was completely unable to operate in the real world. I
Mm.
was on close to 50 different meds, and not different, 50 pills per day. There
Oh,
was a lot.
yeah. And what about like walking, working?
I was using a cane. I've been declared unable to work repeatedly by a number of doctors and social workers. And in general, my life was relegated to staying at home and doing dishes and laundry when I could.
Mm. That doesn't sound like much fun.
Not
No,
really.
no. So when you then applied to the switch, even before you came to the switch, what happened in that patch?
Well, my wife found out about it and she talked to me about it last December. That was in 22. And I have a medical background. I've worked in hospitals and with doctors and such here in California. And I have a fairly logical worldview. And it took me a little bit of time, but I came around to the concept of it, especially after dealing with my life the way it was.
Mm. Yeah, when things are just so bad for so long, you've got to start thinking outside the box.
Absolutely.
So you then called me up, had a chat about it, got inspired. You did the webinar before you came to me, I think.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of April. Yes.
Yeah. So what happened just from watching the 2 hour Next Steps webinar?
It opened my eyes and it gave me hope,
Mm,
which I hadn't had any hope for a while. I was kind of
hmm.
very thirsty for hope.
Totally. And then you came to the switch, doing it online from the States.
Yes.
And what were your changes each day while you were at the course?
Uh, the changes were dramatic. When I first started and we got into the whole process and everything that we can do for ourselves, it altered my life on a daily basis all the way through.
Mm.
I was dealing with less pain on a daily basis until it's essentially gone.
Wow. That's
I'm
amazing. From being
I'm
reliant on pain patches to being gone. How long did that take in total?
uh 4 days. I
Whoa, four
I
days to no
I'm
pain.
I'm no longer dealing with having to use a cane. I no longer have pain patches attached to me. I no longer have to go in and be given intravenous ketamine. I
Mm,
my pain doctor is overjoyed with the results, as am I.
that's epic.
It very much.
Yeah. So you used to only manage to walk around within your own house with a cane. How far have you walked now?
I average between 3 and 5 miles per day walking.
Woo, that's awesome.
It's really good, and I'm not having to deal with dizziness or vertigo or anything of that nature. I don't feel a need to have a cane with me,
Mm,
which was the situation before.
yeah.
I felt that if I didn't have it, there was the chance that I might fall down.
Mm.
And I don't have to deal with that anymore.
That's amazing. So how long would you have spent in bed or lying on the couch before the course?
Hours per day, uh, a good portion of the day, sometimes the whole day, depending
Mm,
upon what amount of pain I was dealing with.
yeah. And now?
And now it is excessively occasional. It is just very, very brief. I will sit down to pet my dog, and then I am up and at it again.
Nice. That's so cool. So what do you do in a day now?
Well, I am helping with the yard. I am in the process of looking for work.
Woohoo! How long have you not worked for?
Uh, 23 years.
Oh, the whole time you haven't worked, and now you're ready, only 6 weeks after the course, to be back into work.
I
That
am.
is so cool.
I am very much looking forward to it. Or my wife has offered me the opportunity to go back to school, so that may be a
Oh, cool.
possibility as well.
Oh,
I'm old, but I'm not that old.
yeah, that's
There is always
exciting.
time.
So many options.
Yes, absolutely. There absolutely
Yeah.
are. My entire world has opened up thanks to you.
Oh, that's so cool.
I am so
No.
grateful that I, between my wife and her encouragement and everything that I learned from you in the course,
Mm,
I am doing 100% better than
mm,
I was prior to.
that's so cool. And what about the anxiety and depression side of it? What's happened to all that?
The depression meds have come down by over half.
Nice.
The anxiety is non-existent. I
Woohoo!
it no longer serves me, and
Yeah,
it is no
it's
longer a
gone.
part of my life. Yeah,
So the pain's gone, anxiety's gone, fatigue's gone, depression is on the way out.
it is under control, and we are in the process of phasing out a lot of the medications. I'm down to about 13 pills per day now.
Wow, from 50 to 13 in just 6 weeks. That's
Yes,
awesome.
it absolutely is. I feel so much better. I feel so much more alive and more
Yeah,
present than I have in years.
nice. That's just so cool. And what about the sort of past trauma side of it? How different do you feel about that part of it now?
I feel like I am finally allowed to be myself and to be an adult and to be grown up. I've given myself permission to be who I am, not who I used to
Cool.
be.
Nice. That's so cool.
It absolutely is.
Awesome. So, what would you say were the most important learnings that you took on from doing the switch that have helped transform your life?
Yes, well, I use the Switch daily, multiple times per day. Anytime that I have thoughts intruding that are negative in
Mm,
general, and that I recognize they aren't going to serve me or help me move
mm,
forward in my life. I mean, every aspect of the course, including my classmates,
mm,
was inspirational and motivational and just so incredibly helpful to me.
mm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
There's a lot of benefit from being with a group, isn't there? Because you all inspire each other.
absolutely. I rarely smiled before. Feel so much better now,
Mm,
and it is the
yeah.
best feeling in the world.
You do look so happy now. It's so different.
Absolutely.
So cool. What's your best advice to someone who is in chronic pain or chronic fatigue or, something else that's causing their life to be so limited? What would you say to those people?
I would tell them that you don't have to stay there. You do not have to stay
Mm,
stuck in wherever you think you are. There is
mm,
a way out.
yeah.
And the tools you provide just make so much of a difference. As long as
Mm,
you use them, I mean, they are great.
yeah. They are pretty cool, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I just feel like I've got happy tears listening to how joyful you are now.
Thank you. I feel
It's
the same way. I didn't see this as a possibility.
mm,
And I am just so grateful to be where I am now.
mm, yeah.
You've made such a huge difference in my life.
Oh,
You absolutely have.
brilliant. Well, and you're going to make such a difference in other people's lives because of choosing to share this story. So thank you so much for being willing to share this to inspire other people who may feel like their pain levels are just impossible and no one or anything could ever help. There is a way out. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing the story.
My pleasure.
And yeah, and to all the people out there that you inspire, all the best to you as well. And enjoy finding that job and moving your life forward.
I am very much looking forward to it.
Totally. New life.
I didn't think I could have one, and I'm so grateful that I took the time and the effort and that I'm doing the work. I am just so grateful to be where I am.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Mel.
My pleasure.